a virgin comedy, so a virgin comedian. So I may shit myself. And if that entertains you, that's great. With that, any hecklers, and I will struggle to deal with you based on that. But I am a recovering alcoholic and addict, so I am emotionally ill-equipped to deal with it also. So I won't be able to respond quickly with any quick-witted responses, but I can bitterly hate you for the next 10 years. That I can do, so please be kind. And so, there's a term when you're an alcoholic and you've stopped drinking. So I've been, clean. I haven't touched a drink or a drug for around 5 years now, right? I love that. The only people to get a round of applause when they fuck their life up. And I think to myself, why? After 5 years, am I recovering? Because it doesn't make sense to me. All I can think to myself is, I've just taken so many drugs that I'm still on a come down. And so, let's take my mum for example. Like, the fact that people that don't take drugs get a round of applause in my world. And sometimes I just get the urge to almost 50 years, right? 50 odd years, my mum, practicing Muslim, obviously, she doesn't get high. But, going to so many meetings and clapping for people who don't take drugs. Sometimes I just get the urge to give my mum a round of applause every time she walks into the room, because she didn't fuck her life up taking drugs. So, it can be a little bit confusing, right? It can be a little bit confusing. So you get an addict, right? You come into a room, and Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, depends what your poison is, right? And the first thing that happens is you get a round of applause. But then that person may go away, get pissed, come back the next week, gets another round of applause, right? Goes away for another week, I get the first one, right? But you go away and you get another round of applause. And they say that less than 10% of people that come, or drinkers that end up with addiction problems, are able to resolve it. Now I'm starting to think that the fact that people go out, get drunk, come back, go out, get drunk, come back, get a round of applause, might be a little bit confusing. I mean, it's difficult enough being an addict, let alone getting almost a green light to go and get pissed. And when you're high, green lights look like red lights. Red lights look like green lights. And it's part of the reason why I got public transport here today. Tell a lie, I drove illegally. The train's in Kingston are fine. Okay. So, in my years of roaming the streets with like-minded scum like myself, in my addiction, might I add, I collated quite a useful, this is my life's work, so I hope it's of value to some of you guys. I collated a number of reasons or questions you can maybe pose to yourself to find out whether you may have addiction problems. Real lived, real life experience, and I'm going to share that with you now. Excuse me, because I have to go through a list. I'm going to use, as all great comics do, a bit of paper. Okay. Number one, if you have a headache and you find yourself sniffing paracetamol, you might have an issue. Number two, you occasionally find yourself paying for shopping with pre-rolled notes. Number three, you'll love this one. You have a bottle of baby oil next to your laptop, a webcam, and a credit card to hand. Okay. Number four, you have at least 3 hookers on speed dial. Number 5, you stare out of the window into thin air for hours, waiting for a SWAT team to come and take your door off the hinges, even though you've not been involved in any criminal activity. Number 6, you convince your partner the reason why you haven't slept for 3 days is because you've had too many Red Bulls. Number 7, you're convinced that kicking somebody's door off whilst they're not home, making your way into the home, taking all their shit is a serious business profession. And then I think your last 2, I think we're at number 7, right? You think it's a good idea to present a doorman at a club with your prison ID. This shit happened. I was there. And the final is, you piss the bed while standing over it. That's me. Thank you very much.